wrecks, thank goodness.
Didn't have that many of those real hail kind of big-time thunderstorms. A lot of the stuff was lighter, and we'll talk about that in 1 second. But we get to the real or fake. This ended up in my inbox from somebody who I went to college with, making fun of the universe.
So it has to be fake.
Right. Well, no. See,
someone in your fraternity or what?
Well, yeah, but they went. See, the joke was this is downtown Seattle, and look how dumb they are in the regard that the University of Washington allows them to go ahead and put up all the barriers, and then how are you going to get the van out?
Huh.
Real or fake? Dick wrecked it, and now we know it's fake. Turns out you remove the barriers, and they click right out. Thanks a lot. All right, here's a look at what's going on. Try to rip the University of Washington for at least a few minutes. Get my first shots in here. All right, Texaco, Portales still looking at a few showers out there, but things pretty quiet now, starting to calm down for us. Temperatures 50s, 60s, and 70s across the north for us, down to the south 70s and 80s. Looking at satellite and radar here, the storm system that helped cause some of the rain we've seen over the past at least 24 hours, now pushing its way out of the state, back behind it, drier air coming in from the west. So the moisture that we've seen working its way out, and this drier air is going to pretty much hang over us through the beginning of next week, probably till about Tuesday or Wednesday before things start to change again. So what we're largely looking at here over the weekend is some spot storms over the mountains will be a possibility. We could see a brief one creep into the valley, but widespread stuff is not going to happen for us. So why didn't we see big-time flooding issues with this last storm? Well, it actually worked very much in our favor, and we had a lot more stratiform type precipitation. And when you get that stuff, it looks like a sheet over the sky, and they tend to be thinner clouds that don't tend to generate the real heavy rains, more steady, lighter rains, and you don't tend to see as much flooding. You get some light flooding in spots, but you don't tend to see it on a widespread issue with this type of precipitation. Now, when you get the Cumulonimbus clouds, those high ones that form over the mountains, they're real deep. They can go 25, 35, 45,000 feet, and they can be really big-time storms. Well, they can produce a lot more lightning, a lot more hail, like the storm we saw to the north of us earlier, and heavy rains. But this was not the widespread issue that we had. So the good news was the lighter stuff ended up working in our favor. Very useful rain and relatively light rain for us. The long-range outlook into next week, though, looks like what's going to set up for us is those dry winds come on in here for tonight, really, and throughout the weekend and into early next week. But then we're going to set up with more moisture coming in from the southeast on Thursday of next week. That's when you're going to kind of want to keep an eye on things. More moisture is going to start to roll in then. More widespread thunderstorms as well, of course. We'll keep you posted until we get there. Pretty quiet. 70s and 80s across the northwest for tomorrow, and across the northeast, not bad. Anywhere from the 60s in Red River all the way up to the 90s in Tucumcari and Santa Rosa. Back toward the south and west. Low to mid-90s in most spots, although Silver City and Reserve a little bit cooler. And then across the southeast, mid-90s, Artesia, high 90s, Roswell and Carlsbad for tomorrow, mid-90s in Hobbs. Partly to mostly sunny skies, Cedar Crest out toward Estancia, and then here in the Albuquerque area, nice start to the weekend. 90 downtown, 87 in Santa Fe, and looks like we'll keep that temp going in Santa Fe well into next week. And here in the Albuquerque area, pretty quiet as well. Mainly sunny skies for us. We'll see some clouds from time to time, and then we'll watch the end of next week for a better shot at storms.
We should point out you were gigging the University of Washington because you're an alumni of what school?
Washington State, which we won 2 more football games than they did last year. Let's not forget that. They were 0-12.
We all needed to know that.
He's an alum of the famous Wazoo. Sports is next.
Less than famous.